Okay, what's up guys, Game Fifi and Raw Games here, and I'm back because it's time for another drama scripted Saturday, and this time I'm going to start off with Impact. Yes, I'm starting off with Impact, which once again almost turned into another open fight night. But as Impact started off with Austin Aries cutting another great promo, saying that it wasn't a fluke because he beat Bobby Roode 2 pay-per-views in a row, and now he's the champ. And he had a great promo saying that this is the show, and he said take the E out of the fluke to go fluke yourselves, because you know it's television and you can't curse. And Austin Aries directed a message to aces and eights. But moving on with the matches that happened. The first match was Samoa Joe versus Mangus, Bound for Glory Series match. Match was okay, but it was very short. It was only 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Samoa Joe wound up winning by pinfall, so he gains himself 7 points. Then we had a rematch between Madison Rayne and Miss Tessmacher, which Miss Tessmacher wound up winning. But before that, when Brooke Hogan introduced the special guest woman referee, Brooke Hogan wound up falling, which was funny as heck. Moving on, after that, it was a match between Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles. It was a great match, but sadly they have the stupid ass gimmick storyline with it. If AJ Styles wins this match, he has to take a paternity test to prove that Claire Winch's baby is his. If AJ loses the match, AJ will accept the fact that that baby is his. Great match. It lasted for like around 10 minutes. Basically how the finish was Christopher Daniels wound up suplexing AJ into the ring and for the pin, while Kaz held his foot. The referee saw it, didn't disqualify it. AJ hit him with his famous kick, and AJ pinned him for the 1-2-3. So now you have to take a paternity test. Ooh. Mind you, this should have ended at the pay-per-view before Hardcore Justice. X Division X. Destination X, sorry. There you go. Destination X. Should have ended at Destination X because they had a last man freaking standing match. So you would think the breaking point for this feud or stupid storyline to end would be a last man standing match, but no, it was a regular match on Impact Logic. And then after that, it was Bully Ray versus Jeff Hardy, which was the main event. Okay match, and Jeff Hardy wound up winning. And then the Ninjas came out. The Ninjas attacked everybody, or distracted everybody, and then when Bully Ray confronted James Storm got fed up, tried to super kick Bully Ray. Bully Ray moved out the way, and he wound up super kicking Jeff Hardy. Bully Ray left the ring. The Ninjas came in the ring, started clapping for Storm, and then they beat the hell out of him, which means Storm cannot be behind the Ninjas. But they've done this already in WCW. Same thing with Sting. Was it Sting behind all these attacks? No, it wasn't. And then now they're doing it, except instead of it being Sting, it's James Storm. So, yeah, that's basically TNA in a nutshell. Pretty much a company that has great talent, but don't know what to do story-wise. And now on to Raw. Raw was okay. The first match was CM Punk versus Big Show. Then randomly Daniel Bryan interferes, so now it's a tag team match with Big Show and Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk and John Cena, which doesn't make sense because Daniel Bryan should be feuding with Kane. WWE doesn't know what they're doing once again. So that was the main event, which CM Punk and John Cena wound up winning, and at the end of the match, John Cena refused to shake CM Punk's hand. That's how Raw basically ended. Other things that stood out was Raw ended in 30 minutes of Dragon Ball Z filler. Basically, the contract signing started at 10:20. They did the contract signing. Contract signing ended at 10:35. Then they went to the commercial break. And then as Shawn Michaels was leaving, Paul Heyman blocked his way out the arena with his car. Well, all Shawn Michaels had to do was back up. Then Brock Lesnar came in out of nowhere, raging demoned him because when he yoked him out the car through the window, he bumped into the camera, which was fake. Bumped into the camera, causing the camera to black out, and all you heard was sign effects. So, once again, it looks like a raging demon. And then just to come back to after commercial break, the car is all destroyed, and we come back to Triple H saying, where did he take Shawn? Nobody knows. People say to the ring. Then you see Brock Lesnar carrying Shawn Michaels on his shoulder, F5s him, and then puts him in that special armbar hold, which I can't think of the name of. Then Triple H comes running down to the ramp, and then Paul Heyman said, you lose this round, and if you take one more step forward, Brock Lesnar is going to break your best friend's arm. Brock Lesnar winds up breaking the arm anyway. So now Triple H sprints into the ring while Brock Lesnar is slow to get out of the ring. So Triple H had to slow down. And Triple H starts chasing after him, then gives up. And then Paul Heyman is just carrying on. Oh my God, you broke his arm. You broke his arm. Like, why did you break his arm? You didn't have to do that. Kind of like he was surprised that Brock Lesnar did it anyway. So that's how Raw ended. On to the ever so lackluster SmackDown, which was Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara versus Cody Rhodes and The Miz. Yeah, The Miz lost again. Then it was Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins versus two randoms. I don't know what was more random, the people that they faced or the in-ring dance performance when they took off their clothes before the match started. Nevertheless, Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins won the match. Then it was Caitlyn versus Eve Torres for the winner becomes Booker T's assistant. Eve Torres won. That was an okay match. Then you had Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton wound up winning that match due to Kane's pyro going off when Daniel Bryan had the no-lock applier. Alright. And then Kane didn't come out, so Daniel Bryan went back into the ring just to get RKO'd or Diamond Cuttered or whatever, Johnny Ace Cuttered, whatever you want to call it. The main event was Chris Jericho versus Alberto Del Rio, but before the match started, Dolph Ziggler assaulted him with some mechanical, movable, pushable shelf. He just rammed Chris Jericho into it. And then once again, with the match coming on, when Alberto Del Rio pushed Chris Jericho, Dolph Ziggler held down the top rope for Chris Jericho to fall over. Then he threw him in the ring. And then, long story short, Alberto Del Rio wound up winning the match. Then after the match, put him in the armbar. Sheamus came running down the ring, beat the holy crap out of Alberto Del Rio, then had a sloppy fallout that had both men fall out the ring, which looked like a botch. That didn't look like that was supposed to happen. And then Booker T, Alberto Del Rio gets away. Booker T announces that the match is back on for SummerSlam, and it will be Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. And that's how SmackDown ended. Now, the card for SmackDown, not for SmackDown, for Survivor Series is pretty bad. It's pretty bad if I don't say so myself. I'll read it to you right now. It's first off on the pre-show. It's Santino Marella versus Antonio Cesaro. Oh, and now yes, Antonio Cesaro had a match on SmackDown versus Zack Ryder, which obviously is Antonio won. But yeah, the card goes as Santino Marella versus Antonio Cesaro in the pre-show for the U.S. title. That's on the pre-show. Should be on the main card, but that's the pre-show. Then you have the primetime players, which are mute now because they even worse on Raw. They sounded mute. Primetime players versus Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. That actually made the show. Then you have the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz versus Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental title, which doesn't make any sense because Kane beat him first. But Kane's feuding with Daniel Bryan for some reason. And then after that, it's Kane versus Daniel Bryan. Then Chris Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler. Then CM Punk versus John Cena versus Big Show for the WWE Championship, and then the main event is Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. Like I said, it's not that big of a card, and I'm kind of upset that The Miz is defending his title against Rey Mysterio when, at this rate, that should be the triple threat match: Kane versus Rey Mysterio versus The Miz, since they all beat him. But anyway, this is going to wrap it up for this week's Drama Script Saturday. I'm Game V Funeral Games, guys. Please remember to like the video and leave a comment and share if you care. And I'm out of here, guys. Later, peace.